Hasegawa, your state representative for the 11th Legislative District. The 11th District is one of the most diverse districts in the country, and it stretches from South Seattle through the Duwamish River corridor, captures all of Tukwila, most of the city of Renton, and stretches up to the west towards White Center and the northeast corners of Burien and the city of SeaTac, and encompasses a lot of the unincorporated King County areas in between. So this tour will focus on the diversity within the district, and we'll see how the educational systems within our district are impacted by that diversity and how they deal with it. We're here at the Tukwila School District headquarters with Superintendent Ethelda Burke. I know that you were recently cited by New York Times newspaper as the #1 most diverse school district in the country. So
that is correct, and we enjoy that title, but it comes as a celebration, but it also comes with many challenges because we have so many students who come with so many needs. And the biggest need is that we have students who are non-English speaking, and many of their parents are not. Many of their parents are not even literate in their own native languages. And then the other part of that is that they're poor. We have a large number of our students who are on free and reduced lunch. And when you have students like that, with that profile of needing so much base information and foundational information relative to academic language, it takes more resources.
The state has been dealing with budget cuts and trying to make value decisions on where we can cut.
If legislators would think in terms of equity, because every student does not require the same amount of resources. So if you think of larger percentage of funding for students who are non-English speaking, who are of poverty, and not balancing with other districts that have more resources, our funding is only 10% different than Mercer Island. Wow. Mercer Island has very few students of poverty, and their English language learner numbers are much lower. The makeup of that community, highly educated, high economic.
So we're all really proud of the diversity, and you said there's both upsides and downsides, but right behind us we have some examples of the upsides.
The pictures that you're seeing were actually created by students from one of our elementary schools, Thorndike Elementary School. One of our schools, again, that's high poverty and very diverse. But we pride ourselves in being able to have students express themselves through their art, like you see behind us, that are examples of their culture and their countries.
We're at Wing Luke Elementary School here in South Beacon Hill now in the Seattle School District, and I'm pleased to be here with Seattle School District Director Betty Patu.
Most of our kids are on free and reduced lunch, and a lot of those programs that are funded by the state impact a lot of our kids. When you talk about diversity, you're talking about a district that actually has mostly kids of color. In our own district, we have a great number of homeless kids who are actually in foster homes or will be affected by it. And then, also we have to realize, we talk about the youth violence that we have in our city, and certainly we have to realize that education is a key to actually to be able to take these kids off the streets. When we cut funds, we cut at the core of the hearts of exactly what we want to resolve.
We're, as a state, very concerned about the impending cuts that we'll have to look at as a legislature coming up, because the revenue projections continue to look dire for the near future and for the foreseeable future. So we will do our best to protect education. I just heard you say, though, that those social services also are necessary so that the child has the ability to learn once they do get to school.
Well, you cannot teach a child if the child comes to school hungry or they're being abused. There's so many things that you have to look at before you can actually be able to teach or educate a child. And we have to realize all these programs deal with many of these kids. The school itself cannot handle all those problems. If we're looking at providing equity education for all our children, then we really need to concentrate, what are we cutting that's going to affect these teachers to do their job the way that we want them to.
While we were here at Wing Luke Elementary here on South Beacon Hill, we were fortunate to drop into a staff meeting, and they allowed me to hold an impromptu town hall meeting to hear about their concerns about how we might be able to better address funding issues in the education system. We had quite a lot of good comment. There was a lot of interest in how are we going to raise revenue as opposed to make further cuts in our appropriations budget. So we took those comments to heart. I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more from them during the legislative session because the revenue projections for the rest of this biennium are not looking good right now. So we've got real problems and real solutions on the table. The real question is, will the public buy into those solutions? We're here now at South Seattle Community College Georgetown campus.
I'm Betsy McConnell-Gutierrez, and I'm a program coordinator and do the scheduling and help facilitate the classes and programs that help the community have access to here.
And I'm Sandy Winter. I'm with ANEW, which is Apprenticeship and Non-Traditional Employment for Women, and we are housed here at the campus, and we're currently in the middle of a 12-week try-a-trade rotation. We've been around for almost 30 years, and our primarily goal is to get women into the construction industry. We get them started by general safety classes, help them try out all of the different trades to find which one suits their best abilities. And then right now we currently have a 68% placement rating of our women getting into livable wage jobs or apprenticeships.
I know that South Seattle Community College has a very diverse student body and does a real good job of putting people into family wage jobs. Can you tell us a little bit about how you go about doing that?
A lot of the apprenticeship programs are based here. Some of them have training facilities that are off campus, but we have quite a few that are here on campus. And one of their designates is to make sure that they make training available for non-traditional future employees, students. And that's the great thing about apprenticeship, is that people are actually working and going to school at the same time. During the summer, we've even had a lot of pre-apprentice type programs, and so that's a real positive thing for a lot of people that might not have had that opportunity. This particular site that you're standing in right now is the home of the Washington State Health and Safety Institute.
I'm Danette Randolph. I'm here at South Seattle Community College at the Georgetown campus, and behind us is the first cohort of the Hasegawa deconstruction program.
Hasegawa, that's an interesting term. Can you tell us about that?
Hasegawa stands for Hazardous Waste Operations and Emergency Response. This program is focused on deconstruction. The structure was built by some of our faculty, and these students have been trained on safely deconstructing, recycling, and providing a safe work environment to themselves and to the community as they deconstruct.
Cool, and that could be considered a green job, right?
That's exactly what this is. This is all about, all under the Green Bridge umbrella, which is the training programs funded through ARA. And deconstruction is definitely green. Recycled products, learning how to provide a safe work environment for those deconstructing, as well as saving recycled materials and extracting dangerous or hazardous materials.
Well, we have the privilege of speaking with a couple of the graduating students from the deconstruction training class here. So, Sheila, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Sheila Canfield, and I'm from unincorporated King County between White Center and South Park.
Yeah. So, how do you think this program is going to help you?
I believe that this program will help me get a job that I wouldn't normally have been able to get because I didn't have any skills that actually translated to an applicable job.
We also have Michael here who's graduating tomorrow. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, well, I'm Michael Oakley, originally from Seattle, Washington, living in South Seattle as of right now. And this program came right on time. Just currently unemployed from another job, but I'm about expanding myself and learning new things. So this came right at the right time, most definitely. It's something that I could build my resume with and just make my future a little bit better for me and my family.
Well, congratulations to both of you and much success in finding new careers here behind you. So we've broken ground to build the new aviation high school down about a mile south from here at the Museum of Flight, but that high school originally started here at South Seattle Community College, is that right?
That's correct. Aviation High School was housed here for 3 years. Each year they grew by 100 that they took in, so 300 was the maximum. And it was just another period of time that we did a lot of changes in our facilities here. But I think it also helped our campus kind of have some introspective about the relationship of high school students, the K through 12 system, and how they segue into this beyond K through 12. And so we really did interface quite a bit. It's pretty exciting.
So I'd like to welcome you to my new district office here. I share this office with Representative Zach Hudgens, who is my seatmate, and we're here at the corner of South Cloverdale and 8th Avenue South. Here we are on the second floor, and from the windows out here we have a beautiful view of the South Park neighborhood. Across the street over here is the South Park Library, and just down the street about a block is the South Park Community Center. So there's lots of cool things to do around here. Just a few blocks away is the Duwamish River with a beautiful park. If you go down Cloverdale just a few blocks east and take a right, you will see the Seymour Community Health Clinics and the center of the Latino community here in the Puget Sound region. I'd like to invite you all to drop by sometime and check it out. And if you'd like to meet with me in person, please give my office a call. The number will be on your screen there. And I'm happy to meet with you wherever you'd like to meet with me. Come on in and take a look at our new district office.